I see a Maryland full of opportunity. I think the state has tremendous advantages. Proximity to the nation's capital, a wonderful kind of high-quality lifestyle, terrific people, diverse community, people who are really vested and care about their community. So I think it's, if you were to look across this country and try to pick one of the best places to live, Maryland has to be on top of the list. Having a job is really the cornerstone of people's lives. And if we don't have a strong and balanced economy in this state, it'll fundamentally change the state, and it'll be very different from the state we've all grown to love. Blueprint Maryland's mission is twofold. First, we want to foster a dialogue and discussion around the most pressing and important issues facing the state of Maryland. And then second, we want to take these ideas, right, that come, from the state, from various stakeholders across the state, whether they be business, government, community groups, labor, special interest groups, whatever they may be, we think they all should have a voice. We want to kind of gather the best ideas and leverage those with some of the best ideas we find across the country and put forth specific solutions that can be acted upon to improve what is our first issue, which is the long-term job creation opportunities in this state. The term blueprint really is a plan, right? That's what we're trying to do here. We're actually trying to come up with a plan, the best plan we can. As if you had 20 architects together to design the best house, we're trying to get all the different stakeholders in the state together to design the best plan for dealing with this problem, which I quite frankly think is pretty significant. We think this will work really well if we get people together who have very different views, right? And so a lot of people say, well, the business people are going to have very different views than labor. And that's right. Listen, I'm a business person, but my dad was a union electrician, right? So I get the fact that these things are different, but it seems to me both of those people should care a lot about jobs, right? I mean, the people in business should care that we continue to have a very strong and intellectually capable workforce, right? And the people in labor should make sure that should care that there's jobs here, right? Because their whole point in life is to make sure that there's stable employment for the people they care about. So both groups should care about what we're doing here. I'd like us to be ready for the day, which I do think unfortunately will come, where the state's budget or the state's economy can't be supported in the way it has been by federal spending. So if you're one of the states like Maryland that is very dependent upon government spending, this is a big issue. Right? If you're South Dakota and you actually don't get a lot of money from the federal government, this is probably not that big of an issue. But if you're Maryland or Virginia or some of these other states, this is a very significant issue. Michigan lost the auto industry. I bet they wish they would have diversified away from the auto industry sooner than they did. And you can go around this country where you see high unemployment, and you typically find a common formula, which is an industry left the state or there was significant less investment in that industry. And I don't think Maryland will get to that kind of situation, but I think it's reasonable to assume that significant reductions in government spending will disproportionately affect Maryland and very much hurt our future job creation opportunities. Like anything in life, the sooner you deal with issues, the better, right? And I think we're in a really good position to deal with this issue now, but we do have to get on with it because there'll be action around the federal deficit. It'll take time to play out, right? But I think we're already feeling it in Maryland now as the stimulus dollars are rolling back. Our ability to create new jobs, which was better than most of the country through the recession, is now starting to lag the rest of the country. And I think that's an early warning sign of what could happen. This project is entirely about coming up with the right answers for the citizens of Maryland.